everyone, it's Erin Peloquin for Photoshop Elements Techniques. In today's video, I am going to show you how to install and use the corrective action set that we've created for Photoshop Elements. Now, the version of Elements that you're looking at right now is Elements 13. These actions are compatible with Elements 11 and later. To install these actions, you want to begin by downloading them onto your computer and then opening Elements, going to the Expert mode, which you can see right up here, and then displaying your Actions panel. Now, if you don't see your Actions panel, go to the Window menu and put a check mark next to it by clicking on it. You'll see these 4 action sets that come pre-installed with Elements. To install additional action sets, you go to this button at the top right corner of the Actions panel, click on it, and select Load Actions. From here, you're going to navigate to the location that you have downloaded your actions to. So in this case, it's my Downloads folder. You can see this action file right here. Now, in versions of Elements beginning with Elements 11, one action file can hold multiple actions. So once you click on the action to open it, you'll see that this yellow folder does include a group of actions. Now, you can collapse the folder to close it. And if you're curious about what each action does, you can actually expand the action and perhaps pick up some new techniques to see how the action maker created the layers that the action creates. Now, I've designed this action set so that each action describes a condition of your photo that the action will fix. So for instance, if your photo is just a little bit overexposed, you can click on it, click the play button, and you can see that this new layer has been created down here in your Layers panel. And if you're not seeing your Layers panel, you'll want to go to the Window menu to select Layers. You can turn the layer off and on so that you can get a before and after of the changes that this layer created in your photo. You can adjust the opacity to make it less strong, and you can paint on the layer mask to constrain the effects of your edit just to one part of your photo. You can also customize the way your layers are displayed by clicking on the button at the top right corner of the Layers panel, selecting Panel Options, and then making your thumbnail a little bit smaller. That way you can see more of the name of the layer, and it might be helpful when you're editing. Now I'm going to delete this layer and show you some of the other actions. You can see that you've got a stronger overexposure fixer as well as 2 underexposure correctors. We've also got this action called Needs Contrast. When you run it, you'll see that it actually creates 2 separate layers on your photo. You can turn one or the other off or on to see which one works best for your photo, or if you like a lot of contrast, you can leave them both on. Soft and Fuzzy is going to make your photo look crisper. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and then turn this layer off and on so you can see the before and after. Dull colors will add a color saturation as well as a bit of additional contrast to your photo. So you can see that there are 2 new layers for dull colors here. And again, you can turn any or all of them off. You can adjust their opacity and you can paint on them using a layer mask. Now, the benefit of running actions is that you can, with this set, stack them up. So you can run as many of these actions as you want. To make that a little bit easier for you, we created an action called Put It All Together, which actually combines all of the above actions. So when you run Put It All Together, you'll see that you get all of these layers over in your Layers panel. The dull color popper is turned on by default, but you can turn it off if you want. And the soft and fuzzy fixer is turned on as well. So I am going to customize this photo just a little bit using a combination of these layers. I want to begin with a lot overexposed. This is a darkener, so you would use it if your photo was overexposed, but you can also use it to create a vignette effect on your photo. So I'm going to click on it to make it active for editing. I'm going to turn the layer on, and then I'm going to make this layer mask black by typing Command or Control I. So using my paintbrush with white as the primary color and a pretty large size brush, I am going to paint in the edges of this photo to draw my viewer's attention to my focal point. So this is just a simple edge darkening here. So there's a before and an after on this layer, and you can see where I've painted in the black on the layer mask. What that black does is it shows me that anywhere the white is visible, that's where the effect is being revealed, and anywhere the black is visible in the corresponding area of the photo, that's where this a lot overexposed effect is being hidden. Now I'm going to go down to this soft and fuzzy fixer next, and I'm going to click on the layer mask to make it sure it's selected. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller using the right facing square bracket key, and I am going to, with black paint, I'm going to hide this effect from her hair because her hair was looking a little bit too sharp for me. And then finally, to complete my customization of this photo, I'm going to go up to the dull color popper, and I am going to use a black paintbrush to remove this effect from my husband's face. His skin became a bit oversaturated. So I'm just removing a little bit of the red from his face. Let me show you a before and after on that. There's where we started, and there's where I finished. So that was a before and after just on the layer mask that I just painted. So to show you a before and after on the entire image, I'm going to go down to my background layer and hold down Alt or Option to toggle off the layers that were on previously. So this is only my background layer. This is my straight out of camera. And here is my final edit of this photo. You can see that I've popped the color and added a vignette, added a little bit of extra crispness to the photo, and added some contrast as well. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy your actions.